Hey, in this video I want to talk to you about entities. Positive entities, negative entities, and if you have a negative entity, what you can do to clear that. I know there are many techniques and I actually found many different definitions about what entity is. But entity, according to metaphysics, it's something that exists outside of physical reality. So, as a positive entity, according to that definition, it would be your soul, your spirit guides, beings of light, etc., etc. Of course, there can be a huge space in which a positive entity could be. It could be in high fourth dimension, it could be in fifth dimension, seventh dimension, etc., etc. Now, negative entity. Negative entity, let's define it as a lower frequency consciousness that exists outside of physicality. Of course, we can have dark spirits, ghosts, shadows, even demons, and you can give all of the names you want. But Source will have different organizations. This is something that I have learned on the Akashic records. So, some people will place one thing in one dimension, another thing in another dimension. For me, dimensions are actually states of consciousness. So, it will depend on the level of your awareness, your map of beliefs, and what you think is true for you. For me, demons are my inner battles. It's not something I'll be afraid of. They're not part of my universe, but I do understand that they may exist because some people need them to have good guys and bad guys. Of course, their energy that is distorted. Of course, their energy that's in a lower frequency. Their energy that vibrates with a very low absence of light. And this is what it would be a dark energy in my universe. Okay, what do you do if you have an entity? You may be a healer, you maybe know more than me, which is fine. If you have any tips you would like to comment and share your own wisdom, I am always open to learn from you guys, and we can agree or disagree, which is actually fine too. But to me, first thing I learned when I had entities, you guys may know or not, but my door opened first before I knew about chakras and even meditate. First thing I learned it is that an entity, positive or negative, accordingly to the definition that says that it is something that exists outside of physical reality, can show up in any form. So the first thing that I ask is reveal yourself. Show yourself. I know there are some people that ask, are you from the light? But when you read the energy, you can feel if it's from the light or not. Because if it's a dark entity, let's say you feel it pinches, it itches, it hurts, it feels heavy. Sometimes it feels like suffocating or like it would like to attack you or something. That is no need to say, are you from the light? Because when you feel, well, maybe if you're not that sensitive like me, I ask reveal yourself. Give me a sign, a physical proof, so I can read your energy. Then normally, because I see them, so maybe I see like that, they will call like snooping, and then I see, and then I will ask questions, because how am I gonna rectify the problem if I don't know exactly why the problem is? So I interact and then I say, okay, why are you here? And then you may have questions like, are you from this life? Are you mine? Or who is this sadness that's coming through? Or anything. And that's another tip. I know we're empaths and maybe you can read minds. I know persons that are excellent at reading minds, reading energy. But it should be a spiritual boundary. You don't have to go out reading everyone else's stuff. Just your own stuff. If you are a healer, then or have coach live or reading or anything, that's a different thing. You read a person and then you sort of have the permission to sense what it is in the field between what you vibrate and the other person vibrates. But I think the boundary it is when I place more awareness into what I feel, regardless of what the person is going through, and I go as neutral and objective I can to discover what it is in that energy. If it's a dark energy, I do ask questions, like I said before, from this life, from any other. Who are you? Why are you here? What is the root of the cause? And very important, how do I clear you? Right? Sometimes the entity will set violet flame, a code, because there are true ones, and of course we all set life according to our own consciousness. There are people that may disagree with me, and that's okay, and hold the truth. This is just from my own experience. But normally entities, even the trigger ones, they will like to go back to the source. They are absence of the source. Like if the source is food, they are hungry. They want the source. So if you are in your power and you're not afraid, and then you ask, hey, how do I get rid? Or sometimes just when they know you're not afraid, they'll just, don't even think about it. They not even approach to you, because it's all about matching frequency. They need to match a frequency in order to be attached to you. If you are doing a healing, I sort of observe, but I don't get them through. They don't damage or anything. Sometimes not even if the person is crying, I just can see it pass through and transcend and transform, and then go back to the source. But use your own awareness. If you go out of your center and your power, maybe you would like to invoke Archangel Michael or Pleiadians or Jesus or Saint Germain or your crystal or your dragon, whoever it is, your protection guide. That if you don't have one, then you can invoke one if you feel that's you need. But in our soul, you can do anything. You can open a portal, push them and then close it. You can send shooting light from your hands. You can have a sword and then kill it. You can, one time I said, what if I got monster too? And then I said like, rah! And then people would scream. And then I laugh and then I woke up. You can do anything in the astral, because in the astral we are an entity too. You are a consciousness not bounded to a physical, because your physical body will be in your timeline. Many of the entities could be a human that it's sleeping and having an astral travel. So figure out what it is. And sometimes it could be another part of you from another timeline that would like to pass through, or the someone that you love or someone that you know. Another thing, why an entity is going to attack you? Is it because your guys forgot about it? Is this because they were a break? No, we're always protected. Why they will open doors for an entity to come? Because most likely there will be a lesson to learn. Maybe my lesson is to be more psychic, not to be afraid, to learn how to kill entities. Maybe I'm doing a service for my oversoul, or for someone that I love, for a client, or for another part of me. I don't know, but I will know if I investigate. In my case, I always say, okay, higher self, what's going on, what's happening, and then I will know what to do about it. Normally, I don't invoke anything, and sometimes when I'm even aware of the entities, it's because it's already being clean. I'm going to do probably another video about it, because this went too long. If you have questions, if you think it was helpful or not helpful, and you would like to disagree with me, or maybe add something that will be more beneficial than what I'm sharing, please feel free to open. Let's all connect, grow, respecting each other, but at the same time, holding each other in this ascension. Have a beautiful rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.